Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today I'm taking my own writing advice. From brainstorming to plotting in prose, I've got a lot to say about how to tell a good story. But do I really know what I'm talking about? We are about to find out, because today I'm putting my own advice into practice by creating a piece of flash fiction following the guidelines and tools that I offered up in some of my previous videos. I hold writing advice from 3 of my old videos, and I'm going to follow them step by step to see what kind of story I can come up with and if it's even any good at all. Now, all of my advice is based on tactics that I use on a regular basis for writing stories, so I'm actually going to put myself at a disadvantage by writing in a genre that's always been difficult for me: comedy. Will I be able to write a worthwhile, funny story, or will writing in an unfamiliar genre prove too much even for my tried and true writing methods? I guess we'll find out. To be fair, I'm actually pretty confident that even writing in a genre that isn't my favorite, my writing tips and tricks will help me overcome the barrier of an unfamiliar writing style. So let's get started and see if I'm right. I'll start with my video on brainstorming stories when you're not creative so that I can come up with an idea for a story, because I'm honestly drawing a blank. So to generate ideas for stories, you ask questions about the world, and then you ask why the world works that way and what if it worked differently. And then to generate ideas, you answer those questions. All right, so that's basically brainstorming in a nutshell. That's what I got to do. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. So what's normal about my world? And if I'm going to ask specific questions about why I have to do things, it's going to be a thing that I hate. So then the question is, why do I have to do dishes? Well, and then here's another question. What reasons would I find to not do the dishes? A basic idea of washing dishes with a procrastination plotline is fine, but it has the potential to not be funny if I can't keep the idea fresh and unexpected. Thankfully, I made a video about solution-oriented storytelling that will give me the ability to write a story with more purpose. Hopefully, this will help me inject elements of the unexpected so that the comedy of the story will shine through. So the basis of my solution-oriented storytelling video was that there's a problem and a solution in every single scene, and that's how it keeps your story moving forward. I also introduced the concept of a story map, which is a very basic tool that we're taught about basically from elementary school. So I'm going to use a story map to create a problem and solution for my story to make it more interesting. Because the story is flash fiction, my story map actually doesn't need to be super detailed. So to start with, the basic idea is that the dishes need to get done. The solution is that my husband asks me to clean the dishes. But that creates a new problem because I don't want to do the dishes. So my solution would be to find a way to make dishes easier. So here's my very basic story map where I have problems and solutions listed out where one leads to the next until I get to the eventual conclusion, which is the dishes still aren't done and I decide to do it tomorrow. And in the meantime, I end up going through all of these crazy situations where I'm trying to make things easier for myself to do the dishes, but in the end, I'm just pushing it off. So now I have a simple idea to work with and a list of problems and solutions that will keep the action moving forward. It's finally time to plan the story out. Like I said, it's going to be a piece of short fiction, so let's follow my advice from writing on a flash, how to write flash fiction. Get an idea, and the idea should be impactful, meaningful, or universal. We're actually choosing something that's universal. Write out the basic ideas. We've actually already done that with our problem solution thing, so we're going to say that's done, and check structure to make sure it follows a proper story format. Okay, from here it looks like I'm missing a few elements in a story, and some of these elements are excessive. I'm going to edit this down as much as I can. It looks like I've got everything worked out how I want it, so now it's time to write. Wish me luck. I was pretty happy with the results, but the story idea did feel a little basic to me, and I was pretty uncomfortable from start to finish because humor isn't really my strong suit at all. That said, it was nice having a solid framework to use while writing because it gave me a lot less to worry about during the actual writing process. I could focus on getting the writing done. With more practice, I'm sure eventually it might come a little more easily to me. But enough about what I think, it's time to see what you think. And here it is, my flash fiction comedy about washing dishes. I should probably do something about that. But first, I need dish soap. I think I got everything I need. Everything except for that. Can I make soap? All right. How to make soap. Oh, that's really clever. But then how do they make modern soap? I guess it's bedtime. I should get some water before bed. Crap. Forget about it. I'll just take care of it tomorrow. What did you think? Did you like my story? I was pretty happy with the results, but I'll admit the story ended up coming out a little more cute than it was funny. Still, it's a pretty good start and definitely worth trying out something like this again. If you liked this story and want to see what else I've come up with, check out the video on top. Otherwise, click on the bottom video to see what YouTube recommends. As always, thank you so much for joining me today on CC Writes. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I will see you later.